Hello and welcome to day 56 of my 365-day iPhone video challenge. Yesterday we were talking about Patrick Lencioni and trust, predictive trust versus vulnerability trust. Predictive trust is when, because you've worked with a colleague for a long time, you can predict their behavior, or predict how they will act when you say something or tell them something. Vulnerability-based trust is a deeper form of trust where you are happy to be vulnerable in front of a colleague or a friend saying you don't know the answer. And we're taught from a very young age not to be vulnerable. I often think business people are a bit like ballet dancers. When you ever see a ballet performance, what you see is this beautiful performance. What you don't see behind the scenes is the hours of agony, of training, of aching muscles, of the formed feet, of the amount of pain and toenails being lost and blackened toenails and all the things that go on to become a ballet dancer. All you see is this beautiful performance. And I think business people try to give the impression that they always know the answer. They've never got any doubt. They know all the right things. They never want to show a weakness. And that's fine in life. We need people, possibly you could argue that actually always looking like you know the answer is what people need to see. But there's quite a lot of growing evidence now from various sources that actually, if you want to create a great culture in your workplace, you have to show vulnerability. Now, there's an interesting psychological thing here. Some people say, well, I can't show vulnerability unless I trust someone. But the research is showing actually trust grows when you show vulnerability. So it's the opposite to what you think. And there's a very famous study, and it's run by, and I'm going to have to read it here, by Arthur Aaron and Elaine Aaron, and it was to do with, it was called the experimental generation of interpersonal closeness. And it was basically 36 questions they got people to ask about personal things and what would that do in terms of how close they felt to a person when they asked those 36 questions. I'm going to give you some of the questions here. Would you ask these to a colleague tomorrow? If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know? Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it? What is the greatest accomplishment of your life? When did you last sing to yourself or to someone else? Now, those are quite interesting questions. I can't imagine anyone asking a colleague those. I get people to ask questions like this when I run my workshops, and it's really interesting when people who've known each other a long time suddenly go, I didn't know that about them. I've worked with them for 10 years and I didn't know that. And the research shows that people who answer those questions in the study that was done, they felt about 24% closer than the people who asked very ordinary questions, like what was the best gift you ever received? Describe a pet you owned. Questions that didn't require to reveal anything really about yourself. So tomorrow, perhaps you'll try and reveal something a bit more yourself to colleagues. Perhaps you might try and consider revealing that you don't always know the answer. It'll be interesting to see the response you get. See you tomorrow. Bye.